Hi, I'm Jack, and I'm here to talk to you guys about Too Fast, Too Furious, the second installment in the Fast and Furious franchise. It stars Paul Walker, Tyrese Gibson, Eva Mendes, James Remar, Hauser, Ludacris, and many more. And it is directed by John Singleton. Spoiler warning! This is your only chance. This movie has been out since 2003. I'm going to show scenes from this movie, and there will be no warning. I will not hesitate to do it. So if you have not seen this movie yet, get out of this video right now, because I will not hold back. Too Fast, Too Furious follows Brian O'Connor, who after the events of the first movie has to team up with an old friend named Roman Pearce as they go undercover for a mafia boss named Carter Verone, and they team up with his assistant who's also undercover named Mendes, and they team up to take him down. To kick off what worked in this movie, I thought the acting was solid. For sure, the two highlights of this movie were Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson, primarily because of their very brilliant comedic banter with one another, because they work off of each other so well, and they give us a lot of funny moments, especially this one scene right here.
Here we go.
And it's just really fun to watch them all around. They easily carry this movie for what they had to work with, and it was nice, especially as Vin Diesel didn't return as Dominic Toretto in this movie, but I thought Roman was a great character to come in and replace him for this movie. And they give us a lot of really entertaining moments, especially when they have to help each other out, especially when they have to work with each other, and like all that stuff. It's so fun to watch. It's easily the best part about this movie, besides another thing I'm going to list later on in just a bit. So there's that. And the car sequences are still really cool to watch in this movie, considering it's a sequel to the first movie. And even car sequences here, they're a lot crazier than what's in the first movie, and they're so fun to watch, especially when you just get over the fact that it could be so over the top, but in a good way that makes it entertaining. So that's another highlight of the movie, is that for a movie that's in the Fast and Furious franchise, the car sequences still look great here. I don't know whether I prefer the car sequences in this movie over the first movie or not, but there are a lot of good moments with that here, especially the racing, because this movie still continues the drag racing aspect from the first movie. And then it also gave us a character like Tej Parker, played by Ludacris, who eventually becomes a long-running character on the show. And it also gave us a character like Tej Parker, played by Ludacris, who becomes a long-running character on the series, starting with Fast 5. So when he appears here, he definitely comes back for later. So that's another highlight, is that it gave us Tej. And also the fact that the third act is so outrageously wild that it gave us so many iconic moments like these two right here. I'm sorry, but if you watch this movie, you don't like it, especially with these moments, I don't really know how anything can entertain you any easily. But yeah, but those two scenes are so outrageously wild. I remembered watching and I was like, what is this? What am I watching? Okay. And another thing that the movie does well at is the campiness. This is probably one of the more campier movies in the series, and whether it works or not is up to you, but it worked well with me because this movie doesn't take anything too seriously. It just goes out to have fun with what they do and just tell the story, and it succeeded at what it wants to do, and it's just to entertain the audience. And it worked well with me, and I thought that the tone worked, and it wasn't too inconsistent. It wasn't all over the place or any messy. It's just, it worked for what it is. And the campiness, maybe it's crazy, but that's kind of what you should expect for movies in the series. Sadly, that brings me to my negatives of this movie, and that I thought the villain was kind of forgettable. He's just a drug lord, and they have to go undercover for him and all that. And he wasn't very compelling, in my opinion, nor was he one of the best villains in the series. Again, that's more like an issue with the early movies, because I don't think any of the villains from the movies until Fast 5 were that memorable, at least to me. And so Too Fast, Too Furious suffered from having a weak antagonist for the movie. And the story was okay. It's not too exciting for me, and it's not too interesting of a story. Like, granted, I like the idea that Brian has to team up with the FBI again to catch a drug lord, but it felt like your average like movie where they gotta go undercover and they gotta stop him and all that. It's just, yeah, nothing too special with that. So I thought story-wise, it's all right, and the villain wasn't that great. It worked. The movie works for me primarily because of the cast and the craziness of the movie. And so, story-wise, if you come in for like a good story, you probably will be a little disappointed with this movie. But yeah, or just be like me where you watch it just to have fun with the movie, which of course I did. Overall, while this is not one of the best entries in the series, it's definitely a pretty entertaining one, and it works really well for those who like Paul Walker or Tyrese Gibson, or you just like the characters. I do think hardcore fans or just fans of the movies should definitely go check this movie out. It's definitely going to be a fun movie to watch. It's entertaining, has lots of funny moments, it has some awesome car sequences. But for those who are more of an average moviegoer, then I don't really recommend it, because I don't think they're going to get too much out of this movie like fans will. So in the end, I'm going to give Too Fast, Too Furious a B-. And this is a movie that fans should watch only. So yeah, go check it out if you're a fan of the Fast and Furious. Yeah. Definitely check it out if you're a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise, or if you just want to have fun, then this movie's for you. With that said, those are my thoughts on Too Fast, Too Furious. What did you think about this movie? Let me know down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the movie. And don't forget to give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. I do plan on doing more Fast and Furious reviews, so expect one for the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. That should be fun. Anyway, don't forget to press the like button, and don't forget to comment down below to let me hear your thoughts on the movie, and subscribe for more reviews. Pockets ain't empty, cuz.
And we ain't hungry no more either, bruh.